one more cigarette. I don't want no cream and sugar, 'cause I got you now. But just let me enjoy, help me to enjoy this good time that we'll have. It's so early in the morning, so early in the morning, and I got you, you got
Hey everybody, welcome back. Jake Andrews here, Jake Andrews Music. Welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to do something a little bit different. I want to start featuring some of my favorite chord progressions from different songs through the years. Stuff that really just stands out to me, really unique chord progressions that are not ones you see every day. And we're not getting into any deep jazz, anything like that, but we are taking really cool, unique songs from soul, funk, rock and roll, blues through the decades, especially old classic songs, and I'm gonna break them down for you. Okay, so this is really specifically for rhythm and understanding progressions better. All right, so today we are looking at one of my favorite Otis Redding songs of all time, Cigarettes and Coffee. This is off of the Soul album that came out in 1966. Amazing record, check it out. But this track off the album is probably the most well-known song from it. And without further ado, let's dive into it because it's just such a cool progression. I love showing people this one all the time. All right, so the song is in the key of G, all right? So we're down here. What I'm gonna do at first is just show you the numbers, right? We're working with the numbers to describe the chord progressions. And that is coming, of course, from our major scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then it repeats. And we are gonna use chord changes in between those notes as well. You will understand better as we get started. So the song is in the key of G, and the key we're in is the 1, right? You've heard in a blues progression or just a basic rock and roll progression, 1, 4, 5. That is so foundational. 1, 4, 5. So this song starts on the 1, G, but then it goes to the sharp 5, which is right here. You hear that sound? I love this so much because that's a very common chord change in rock, heavier rock especially. It sounds badass, but you wouldn't expect it in an Otis Redding soul song from the 60s. But here we are. So 1, sharp 5, and then it goes half a step to the 6, back to the sharp 5. That's our basic progression for the intro and for the first part of the verse. It's kind of a haunting sound, don't you agree? We're coming in on just a basic major chord. We can do a full bar chord, or we can do the F shape, and that's what I'm doing. So I'm doing just the top 4 strings. Now when we go to the sharp 5, which in this case is D sharp, E flat, it is an augmented chord, and it sounds like this. So augmented, what is that? Well, in our basic major chord, 1, 3, 5, 1, 3, 5. When I sharp the 5, Now it's augmented. So the way I play that, see, it's like coming from a bar chord C shape, but then we go. Such a very cool sound. It's very common to use it actually on the 5. But we're using it on the sharp 5, which is very uncommon. But it's a passing chord going into the 6. What is really cool though, see this F chord shape? If I bring that exact shape up, everything up a string, now we're in that augmented shape. So if I take this F shape and just bring it up and over a fret, it's the same shape. So cool, I love that. So that's easy. So we go to the sharp 5 augmented. Now we're going to the 6, but we're going to make that a minor bar chord. And then back to the augmented. And then we just repeat this. So at first you can just strum these chords and let them ring out. See, I'm playing a little triplet on it. Now what I was doing on the playthrough, I was arpeggiating these chords, and I really particularly love that sound. Da 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 da. And repeat. You can also do a combination of that sounds really nice. Of course, this is Steve Cropper playing guitar on this, the famous guitarist with Booker T and the MGs, Stax Records, session guitarist. So that is the first part of the verse. That's the intro. We do one round for the intro. And then the vocal starts here. It's early in the morning, about 2:45. Goes through it again. But after this E minor, the 6 minor, we're going to go back to a dominant 7, a G dominant 7. And I am getting it up here. So that's like our C shape with the pinky on the 3rd string, and it's a dominant 7, a G7. If you want, you could get it back here. But that progression is so cool. So once again, that last part of it. Now we switch and we go to the 4, which is C. I'm just grabbing it right here below that G7. So getting that F shape again. And we walk it back. This is the 4. Then we go to the 3 minor, so B minor. That's how we make the F shape minor, like that. Back to the 2 minor, A minor. And back to G, the 1. So once again, that's 4, 3 minor, 2 minor, 1. Now here's what I love. From there, it goes back to the 2, but now it's no longer minor, it's major. And it stays on there for 2 full bars, twice as long. And then it goes back minor. Finally to the 5 here, and I'm doing that dominant 7 shape here at D. So cool, it's amazing. So let me play this section again. Isn't that so cool? We utilize the 2 minor and the 2 major within the course of that one section. All right, so that's the first verse. Now repeat. And I was throwing in a few of those Steve Cropper cool licks, like where we're getting the 3rd string, 1st string. Okay, you can throw some of those in. Here we go. Now it does go back to the 2 major again, but just for 1 bar, straight to the 5. And then it goes back to the 1. And turn the 1 dominant 7. So that carries us into the bridge. So once again, at the end of that 2nd verse, now make it dominant 7 either with the full bar chord, pull your pinky off, or you could just add your pinky to this shape. I like that sound. All right, so now we're at the bridge. This is very cool as well. We go to the 4, which is C, and then we're gonna go to C sharp, and back to G, the 1. And then dominant 7. This is somewhat common songs from that era, but 4, it's gonna go to the flat 5, and this is diminished. I'll show you this in a minute, but, and then back to the 1. 1 dominant 7. Do it again, 4. This is diminished. You can do a diminished chord with several different shapes, but right here it makes sense because, so middle here on the 5th string, ring finger on the 4th, 1st finger on the 3rd, pinky on the 2nd. And diminished is so cool, it's such an anomaly because those 4 notes repeat every step and a half. So you could substitute any one of those for this chord. Anyway, I digress. So and then back to the 1, either this shape or the full bar chord, but switch the dominant there. So and instead of arpeggiating it, you could now start it a 3rd time. Now we go back to the 1, which is G. And then we're going to walk it up to the 6, but the 6 is going to be a dominant 7. So it's that same C7 shape, but right here at E7. So earlier we were using the 6 minor. Now we're using the 6 dominant 7. Now drop down to the 2. Go minor. Back to the 5 dominant 7. So cool, such a cool bridge. Let's try it again, the whole thing. And now we're back to the verse. And then it's just gonna go out on the 1, sharp 5 augmented, 6 minor, sharp 5. It's just gonna keep repeating that like the intro. And you might want to add that rhythm in. You can switch between arpeggiating, strumming the chords, and I'm doing that da 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 da. They're like triplets. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now, I would also like to mention some of my instructional courses that are available right now. I have a course called the Ultimate Freddie King Instrumentals course. This course teaches you note for note Freddie King's earliest instrumental recordings, his most influential stuff, the Hideaway album. It's amazing, and the phrasing that he uses is so unique and invaluable. And there's nothing like learning the actual songs and licks from the masters to try to start to integrate that timing and phrasing and those licks into your playing. Freddie King was a master of major and minor hybrid playing, and that really comes out in his sound. So look into that, my Freddie King Ultimate Instrumentals course. And my other newest course is called 7-Day Blues Guitarist. In this course, we really start at the beginning and we lay the foundation for starting to improvise your own blues lead guitar playing. We learn 5 unique blues verses and numerous concepts along the way, like playing over chord changes, rhythm, blues chords, funkier chords, double stops, bending. Everything is contained within this to get you on the road to start playing real blues lead guitar playing. So look into these 2 courses to augment the videos on this channel, and I think you're really going to be pleased. Now that is the entire song. Really amazing progression. Let me know what you think. Play along with the song, of course, the original recording. It's pretty slow, so you got to stay in that groove, right? It's easy to get out of it and try to play it faster, but it's a real slow groove. You got to stay in the pocket there. Don't push the beat. Okay, my friends, hope you enjoyed that lesson. Please subscribe to the channel if you are not already so you can learn some badass stuff like this song. Please leave me a like, leave me comments, let me know what you'd like to hear. Let me know some suggestions if you know of some songs with some really unique chord progressions. Soul songs, funk songs, rock and roll, blues, whatever you got, give it to me. And my friends, I will see you in the next video lesson.